Living legacy, family history, Townsend and Reed. Positive work ethics. Our grandparents were self sufficient, independent, hardworking, and industrious people. We can only imagine the struggles and the challenges of their times. Yet, amidst it all, they were happy and productive people who provided for their offspring both physically and spiritually so that they could develop into responsible citizens contributing to nation building through a variety of occupations. They experienced sorry, the additional hardships brought on by the world wars, which disrupted food supplies and commerce, further reducing the limited opportunities for advancement for poor black rural folks. Through it all, my grandfather was able to provide well for his wife and 14 children. Their resilient and creative spirit allowed them to weather storms, thrive. Martin, our father, recalled that Grandpa would invite his neighbors to a feast in the front of the house at Christmas and on Emancipation Day, August 1st. The menu consisted of jerk pork, curried goat, white rice steamed in coconut milk, and shots of white rum, and shots of white rum. On these occasions, they engaged in a healing ritual of telling and revealing their stories and life experiences. In the district square, there would be a drumming and the John Canoe and the John Canoe dancers in their full array of colors expressing merriment in celebration of our emancipation. It is amazing that with his limited education, Busha Townsend, as he was affectionately called, was able to successfully operate his own sizable farms as well as operate as headman of Lamstead Estate and the resort hotel for the white colonial aristocrats where Grandpa worked for most of his work life, ensuring that they were adequately supplied with material and laborers. At one point, Martin was responsible for procurement and transportation of food and supplies for the hotel while he was still attending school in order to accomplish his task and assist with preparations for the weekend. He rarely attended school on Fridays. He rarely attended school on Fridays. His daily tasks involved traversing rugged terrain to and from Papine Square to procure supplies and conduct any other businesses assigned for the efficient operations of the hotel. This was a far, farmy, formidable, a formidable means, sir. Asleep? The boss gone. Massive tomorrow here.
Oh, yes,
You got, may I ask you what formidable mean?
yes.
What formidable mean?
Oh,
Or what does formidable mean?
no, that's land here.
Okay, okay. Formidable, substantial. Okay. Sorry. This was a formidable undertaking, but he rose to the challenge, which, as it turned out, helped him to acquire and develop management skills at an early age. This would serve him well in later years. Hard and exhaustive work during the week did not affect their family's church attendance and participation on Sundays. This was priority. Several of his children were active members of the Canaan Mountain Baptist Church as choristers, readers, and an organist, etc. In many ways, we, the descendants, have upheld the Baptist Christian standards set by our grandparents. Oh, sorry. Grandpa was a devoted Christian. Grandma was a devoted Christian. She was dark, somber complexioned, with a neatly proportionate figure and soft gray silky hair. Her dress style was always complemented by her beaded necklace and earrings. On Sundays, she would be dressed in her bright mid-calf length dress with her fashionable custom-built hat for morning services, which she attended with her husband and children. During the oh, I see a picture of Flamstead Hotel here. I'm gonna put this. Yeah, a picture of Flamstead Hotel. I'm gonna put it up on the Univer files. I was gonna see it on nice place. During the during the week, she would spend most of her time in the kitchen and the house, providing for her family. An industrious homemaker and milliner, she assisted her husband by selling his surplus crops, primarily carrots, turnips, bananas, breadfruit, chocho, gongo peas, mangoes, at the Papine market on Saturdays. To us, She was a beautiful, sweet, gentle spirit who loved the Lord and her family. We loved her dearly. At other times, she would busy on, on other times, YouTube's upload. What kind of thing now? Public place, so stop it.
Hmm?
YouTube up or going away.
Hmm?
On the phone, I misbehave. At other times, she would be busy on her hand sewing machine, making clothes for her children and mending Bush's work clothes. She also made hats for her family and friends. She had no time for idle chatter with the many roles she performed caring for her large